171. All done with the load. And for the first time since November, the load actually all fit. Yay! So now this trailer won't have to get used again for this stupid load. There wasn't much in this trailer. It said 32,000 on the bill of lading, but it made me wonder because that's more than half of a regular load, and I don't know. Didn't seem like it to me, but it's hard to tell. When they load this stuff, sometimes it's a little bit damp, depending on the weather, and then it can dry out, and then weight drops a little bit. But I thought I'd give you a view coming out of Michigan City. I actually missed my entrance ramp coming in. Normally you take 94 East, and you get off of 49, you go north to 12 and go east on 12. But I missed it. I was hung up with some traffic and ended up going straight north. And I saw a sign for State Route 12, and I'm like, well, actually saying it's US Route 12. It's like, well, I know 12 goes all the way over, so I figured I'd try it. And actually, it wasn't bad. I'm not sure it wasn't quicker, not much quicker or much different than going the way I normally go. So, it's rush hour now, so I'm actually gonna go a different, well, I don't know. Let's see. More scenic going one way. Problem is the sun's gonna be in your eyes the whole damn time. My eyes too. So maybe we'll just go down 33 here to the interstate. I actually think I've shown that part of the road before. I don't know for sure. We'll go this way. I'm not in the mood to be screwing with it. The only problem going this way is now you're heading southeast. There's no damn turn signals, which is okay because it's wide open, you can see. But this road here, I think it's 30, it's called 33. Actually, I don't know. They just repaved it, so it's great. They got a bike lane. So it's real nice. They put trees and stuff in the middle, you know. Although honestly, with this stuff, they did this over in Florence on a major road, on Mall Road. They put big center divider thing, and they got trees and bushes and crap in there, and you know, the state's running a freaking budget shortfall. Why in the hell would you do that? Now somebody, you know, you got to pay somebody to come do landscaping, and you're probably going to have to close off one of the lanes while their truck is doing the landscaping. It's just really, you know, in a residential area, okay, and this is kind of residential, so it makes a little bit of sense. But in Florence, where they did it, it's a commercial district. You know, and they made it look all pretty with all these trees and things, and they widened the sidewalk that no one ever walks on, because nobody walks from one strip mall to the other. You get in your car and you drive from one strip mall to the other. That's just the way that it is. So, I mean, it's the added expense of all the landscaping and crap. You know, again, this is more residential. It might be nice, but the place down in Florence where they did that is just stupid. I mean, they widened it and then put a giant sidewalk on each side, and it's like, you know, if you'd have just made the middle a turn lane and made the sidewalks like that wide, you know, they could have had like a whole nother lane, maybe two. That's what they needed, was more flow, not artistic bullshit. Not on a road like that, you know. So, I don't know what else is going on. Yeah, this is called Michigan Boulevard, this street that I'm on. But it's also, I think, straight out 31 or 35 or something. I don't know. Calling, but I don't have my Bluetooth hooked up on there. I got up here a little bit later. They were already gone from the office. Kink in my neck. Oh. Cool weather's been beautiful the last few days. It's supposed to be like in the 70s tomorrow. Bike, so I don't know what I would ride. Take the Miata out for a drive, maybe. day. Don't blame them whatsoever. Wish I was home riding mine. Oh wait, mine's broke. Oh. Well, I could be home riding my scooter. That sounds exhilarating. It's not bad. It's just slow. I thought about sticking the plate for my China bike, stick it on the Yamaha and take it out for a ride. Like, who the hell would know the difference, but yeah, knowing my luck, I get pulled over and then you're driving without a registered vehicle and the nightmare begins. Chicagoland. I'll have to stop and get fuel on the way back. Talking about raising the speed limit in Ohio to 70. Same for trucks. We're going to, part of the new law was also going to be that driving along in the far left lane when you're not passing would be against the law. And technically in Ohio it's not against the law. So you get these guys poking along at you 55 miles an hour in the far left lane, and there's nothing legally wrong with that, but it holds up traffic and causes all kinds of problems. They were going to make that illegal, but for whatever reason they pulled that out of the bill. Thought that was the best part of the bill, quite frankly. I've seen more problems caused by that than anything else. But the legislature was worried. There was no way, how do you know that's the case? How do you enforce it? How do you know that he's not passing? I guess they just thought that, there wouldn't be any easy way to just the knowledge that it's illegal and the sign that have some signs up saying it's illegal would probably deter most of those people. I don't know, there's just a certain group of the population that, their attitude is, I'm driving the speed limit so everyone can just stay behind me. I don't know. Why don't you just get the fuck out of the way and let people do what they're going to do? You're not the police, not the, the green police trying to save everybody's gasoline. They don't really realize the traffic problems they cause behind them. And it's not always right behind them. It's usually, a quarter of a mile, half a mile back. Everything gets all messed up because that lane's going slow and then there's nowhere to pass. And who bars the whole thing? They don't even know it because usually those kind of people are so clueless. Totally clueless. I hate coming up here. It just takes up so much of the day. The load doesn't pay really any more than any other load. That's funny. In office, no scalpel. Was that a sign there? It had a big, you know, the big circle with the X through it. It was a sperm. It took me a second to realize what it was. It was an advertisement for vasectomy services. I saw one up here, it was someplace up in Chicago. This big picture of a little cute little baby, and it said, "Who's my daddy?" And the advertisement was for some fraternity testing company. Who's my daddy? Oh man, such a world we live in. I guess you guys heard about it. Totally changing. Well, maybe not a change. Not really a change in topic. It's more on the same world. But you heard about that U.S. soldier that killed all them civilians. I wonder how they figured it out. It's terrible. I mean, you know, it's not what we're there. Not what we're there for. Of course, a lot of people, myself included, begin to wonder what the hell we're there for in the first place, but certainly not that. I support the military fully, but they need to, you know, they need to handle that with strict resolve. Just like that guy that killed all the soldiers at Fort Hood, you know, that guy should be executed too. Beginning to think we just need to get the hell out of those places and stay the hell home and start minding our own damn business. You know, not get involved in these situations unless ourselves or our direct allies are, you know, under attack or under threat of attack, like Israel with Iran. That we may have to get involved with that, although I think Israel can probably handle it herself just fine. She's got plenty of weapons and plenty of military, but I kind of follow Ron Paul's idea there, although not to his extreme. I think he would like to isolate us completely, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's certainly how it's portrayed in the media. Sorry guys, my eye is like really burning here. Rubbing it probably doesn't help. Like I've mentioned before, my idea of foreign policy would be, you know, leave us the hell alone. We'll leave you the hell alone. If you want to if you want to let us buy oil from you, that's fine. We'll stay out of your business. But if you attack us or one of our allies, you know, I'm not going to send in the military. I'm going to send in the B-52s. And hell from above will rain down on your head. You know, not risk any troops for it. Just say, hey, you know. Attack us, you get blown up. It's that simple. Don't know. Maybe it's more complicated than that in reality. I just think we ought to pick our battles more wisely. Cost us entirely too much in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's cost them too. Now, I'm not going to say the whole mission was a waste. Can't really say that. I think at the very least, what might have been accomplished with Iraq and Afghanistan is that, you know, for the last 10 years, we've been fighting the bad guy on their turf rather than fighting them here. And, you know, if you're going to have a fight with your neighbor that you know stuff's going to get busted up, you want to have the fight on his property, or do you want to have the fight at your house? And I think you'd rather have the fight at his house and bust up his stuff. If you're going to have that fight. Now, you can debate back and forth all day long whether or not we should have been in the fight in the first place, but I do think that that may have been a side effect that the two wars over there became the magnet for all of the bad guys we were trying to stop, you know, and they were fighting us over there rather than planting bombs on airplanes and things here. So, you know, if it accomplished that one goal, that there was one or two, you know, terrorist attacks that did not happen because we were over there, maybe it was worth it. I don't know. How do you tell those soldiers, you know, family that, you know, your family member died for what? I don't know. I don't know how you face that. And you can blame Bush, but the fact of the matter is Obama's kept us in there too. So obviously even he saw that there was some merit to us staying, the reasons why we were there, but I don't know. We need to get out of the business of nation building. You know, people want liberty if they can fight for themselves for their own liberty. Us trying to force liberty on them doesn't really work very well, because quite frankly most of these people don't really have a concept of liberty. They don't value it because they don't even know what it is. And maybe they don't even want it. You know, I mean, their culture is completely different than ours. So, I don't know. Just mind our own damn business. Of course, that would be a lot easier to do if we were energy independent. Which makes me wonder about the Keystone Pipeline. the dumbest things Obama's done so far. You know, I realize there's environmental concerns, but as far as I've heard, all they got to do is run that pipeline around the aquifer and all's well. I mean, it's not that complicated, and I don't understand why, you know, Obama has put it off. I mean, why would you want to stop 700,000, 800, it's almost 1 million barrels of oil a day, not to mention the thousands of jobs. And yeah, there's, you know, people debate about how many thousands of jobs. Well, so what? Okay, so it's 1,000 jobs. It's still 1,000 jobs, you know, plus construction, plus all the maintenance, not to mention the 1 million barrels of oil a day. I mean, to me, it's the biggest no-brainer on the face of the planet. You get 1 million barrels of oil from Canada, a friend and an ally. You put people to work building the damn thing, and you keep people at work maintaining and operating it. I just, what's the downside here? Possible pollution of an aquifer? Okay. How many times have you ever heard of a major leak in a pipeline? I mean, it just doesn't happen. And when it does happen, it's easy to clean up. I would much rather have a pipeline running across country than be, you know, than have freighter, you know, oil tankers and stuff. And the oil tankers, when they sink or break up or hit the rocks or whatever, I mean, it's a disaster on the coastline. You know, if you have a spill from a pipeline, it's so much easier to get to the leak and clean it up. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like the biggest no-brainer ever. And it really makes me wonder whether he really actually wants to create jobs or not. You know, is that really what he wants, or is he just wants to pretend that he's creating jobs? And, you know, the more people he's got on the dole, either through unemployment or whatever, you know, are more people beholden to the government, or more people that's going to vote for him. I think that's more what it's about. Keep people dependent on the government. You know, that they're your slave. They have to vote for you or they lose their benefits. And that's, I think, where we're at. I don't know. And I don't really particularly love any of the Republican candidates. They're all, what is this guy doing? Trying to pass this slower moving truck. Just about ready to get off the exit anyway. You know, I know they got some big, there's some big elections coming. You know, I think Georgia. Alright, jackass, come on. Yeah, you're an idiot. You're in a car. Press the fucking accelerator. I don't know. I mean, I guess Mitt Romney has the best chance of beating Obama, but I don't know. In some ways, I don't think that's true. He's the most clean cut. He's the nice guy of the group, but quite frankly, I don't know that what we need is a nice guy. Sometimes I really like, you know, when Gingrich gets pissed off, you know, he kind of turns into a little tiger and fucking rip your head off and spit it out. And maybe that's what we need. You know, he's a very, very intelligent guy. I don't necessarily agree with all of his policies throughout the years. He's done some good stuff, and he's done some not so good stuff. And he's certainly a Washington insider, which kind of bothers me a little bit. But on the other hand, he's a very aggressive type guy, you know, and if Obama gets up there, like in a debate, Obama's going to say things, you know, and Romney's going to be, let's say Obama says something that's just not really true. Romney's going to be more likely to be like, well, Mr. President, I don't believe that that's exactly really the way, you know, I kind of think that, well, that might not be the total truth, and that perhaps you're misunderstanding the question. You know, that'll be Romney. Gingrich will just look at him and say, you, Mr. President, are a fucking liar. You just pulled that out of your ass, and here's what really happened. That's Gingrich, you know. I'm not saying the president's a liar, that's just an example. Yeah, Obama's not a liar, no. Oh wait, he's a politician. Oh. Doesn't that mean, isn't that by default, you know, his lips are moving, he's lying? I think I heard that somewhere. But Gingrich is more likely to call him out on something that he says is wrong, and he's an excellent debater. And Santorum would probably do pretty well there too, if he can stay off the damn religious topics. God, you know, Jesus is great and all that, but what people really want to hear is, how are you going to make the economy better? Where are our jobs? And can you please get the government out of my hair? You know, that's what people want to hear. And I don't really want to hear about Jesus, abortion, and birth control. I'm sorry. I just really don't care. Those are all personal issues that shouldn't even be messed with by the federal government anyway. Those should all be state issues. You know, California wants to legalize gay marriage, more power to them. If Utah or West Virginia or some more conservative state does not want it to be legal, then that should be their choice too. Same with abortion. You know, if you think abortion's wrong, that's great. I don't like it either, but I'm certainly not going to be the one to tell some other person that what they're doing is wrong or a sin or whatever. I'm not in their shoes. I don't know their life. I don't know what's going on. The government ought to stay out of these kind of things. Concentrate on running the country, business, military, the roads, you know, and stay out of these moral issues. They really should. Because they don't do a good job of it. They try to play the middle guy, and they just make everybody pissed off, you know. Yapping on the cell phone, no Rom. So paying attention to what the hell you're doing. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Obama's probably going to win again. It's probably going to be Romney. You know, and at least he doesn't have any skeletons in his closet, but he's just kind of a weak candidate in some ways. I mean, from what I've heard, he's a nice guy. You know, he's been talking on 700 WLW a few times, live with Willie Cunningham, and he sounds like a very genuine, nice guy. But God, he just comes off as this, at least publicly, comes off as this kind of wussy, I don't know. And I don't think that's necessarily what we need as a president. I'd like to see somebody with a little fire in their belly, you know. And certainly Gingrich would be that candidate. I guess Santorum would be too, but I don't know. I'd really like to see the Republican Party. By the way, I'm not a diehard Republican, just so you know. I've voted both parties across my life. I like to vote for the guy who makes the most sense for the situation. And that's not always the Republican, but boy, the Republicans just don't have, you know, they've got one of the most disliked presidents ever, and the best they can do is put together this group of people to fight him. It's just unbelievable to me that the Republicans, it's almost like they want to lose. And I sometimes think that is the case, that they want to lose, because the reality is that the Republican Party really isn't that far removed from the Democrat Party ideologically. They claim to be conservatives, but they're really not. And when they are conservative, they're conservative about things I don't give a shit about, like religion and abortion and birth control. I'm sorry, I don't really give a shit about those things. They're important topics, personally, not governmentally. And, you know, the government ought to concentrate on balancing its checkbook, taking care of our military and our roads and infrastructure, and they really need to stay the hell out of this stuff and do their damn job. But that's how they get elected, is by, you know, making you or me angry about one particular topic or another, and so I vote for them. And, you know, I realize I'm kind of the minority. I'm not a religious type person. I'm very spiritual. I believe in God, but I don't really follow any particular religion. I was born Catholic. Well, not born Catholic. I went to Catholic grade school and Catholic high school, but I was always the guy in the class, you know, asking the difficult questions, you know. Adam and Eve's offspring, and who were they making babies with? You know, oh, wait a minute. They would have to have had made babies with themselves. Isn't that against the rules? Oh, yeah. You know, difficult questions like that. I pretty much learned just to keep my mouth shut and not argue with people. I have no idea what this prime truck's doing. These prime trucks are always the slowest fucking trucks on the road. He's got a guy in front of him too. I can tell by the shadow on the road in front of me, but he is poking along. But I've only got 2 miles to my exit, and I think it says 2.2 on the GPS, but this exit has changed. And it's less than a mile to the actual exchange now, so I don't want to try and pass him and then get in and miss my exit. I have no fucking idea what he's doing. His speed limit's 60 or 65, I don't know. As soon as I hit 65 south, we'll be out of the sunshine anyway. At least it won't be shining in my eyes no more. It's annoying. And I'll stop for fuel at the Loves, about halfway between Chicago and Indianapolis. God, the hill wrong guy's gonna pass me. Oh, I need to be over here too. Come on, Brian, fucking go. Are you serious? God almighty. I don't know if the right lane goes north or what, so I'm gonna stay here, poke along. We're going 50 fucking miles an hour on the interstate. Wait, is it right? I saw a sign that said toll road. I was like, what the hell? But this is right, it's both. That's the toll road sign. I drove like an idiot when I was new too. Oh, somebody almost hit the wall there. Should have said somebody almost went through the wall. I mean, the freaking ramp is like almost completely straight, guy. Loves exit 230. Challengers. It's a pretty hot car there. Oh, it's used. Like I say, I thought it was new cars, and the one windshield says 2011, $2,000 off. Biker on my right here. Rock. It's on Route 4 Dixie Highway up in Fairfield. Really good. You look it up on Urban Spoon or whatever. It's owned by a small family. The husband runs the front. The wife's the cook, and the kids, you know, do the dishes and stuff. And food's excellent. They get all their produce fresh from the Jungle Jim's market, like right down the street. And just excellent food. Of course, it's Thai food, but if you go there, try the Thai iced coffee. Oh my God, it's like $1.75 for a Thai iced coffee. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I'd rather spend my money at a local, you know, at a local restaurant than some big national chain. I'd rather put my money in his family's pocket, you know, directly. So you get a chance, stop by. That's really good. Someplace else I ate this past couple of weeks, it was really good. Well, the Nashville House in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sorry, Nashville, Indiana. It's southwest. It's south of Indianapolis, and it's a little town. You know, they got little small shops and stuff. They do fried chicken there. Is what they're known for. And yeah, it's like 15 or 17 bucks. You get a half a chicken, corn, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw. Coleslaw was a little weird. Maybe like blue cheese or something. I don't know. It was good, but I only ate about half of it. I had enough. And then they got these rolls that they bring out, and this is going to sound weird, but they're like deep fried rolls. So think donuts, and then they have apple butter and butter on the table. So it's just, oh my God, those things are so good. But the chicken's really good. Sometimes it's a wait, and I think they close at like 8 o'clock in the evening, so you got to get there early. But that place is really good. Like, it's a bit of a drive though, because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Another hour, actually. I think I'm going to sign off now. Really bad going the other way. It'll toss you out of your freaking chair. Oh, God. Might have to get an energy drink. Haven't had one of those in a couple of months. I'm trying to stay off those things. Not sleepy at all, just dragging ass today. Schedule's been kind of weird this week. like an idiot, not him. Alright guys, I'm going to close it down. I think the fuel exit's still like 15 miles up, and I don't really have time on the tape. So anyway, you guys have a good one. Be safe as usual, and don't forget, click the like button, favorite this video, subscribe, and please check out my friend Chad's both his YouTube page and his blog, theratracelosers.blogspot.com. Look that up on YouTube as well, and you can find some of his videos. And he's been linking to my YouTube site, and I'm helping him out too. So y'all take care and be safe out there. See ya.